Hey everybody, Koosemose here, back again with Last Dream. We are in the ancient trade route, trying to find our way through, so we can make it to Estonia. Free trade is the pulse of an economy. Let this ancient trade route continue to bring together the nations of Firma. Alright, that's nice and happy. So we've got a bit of a labyrinthine area. Not sure how much of a true labyrinth it might be. Ooh, demonic shadow, that sounds awesome. So we're going to try to stick to following a wall and hope that goes well for us. I did tweak things around. I've got a few new skills. Most notably, Jareth now has a skill to do like 200% damage and steal from everything. So, you might adjust things. And Ceraliel has a scan-like ability, but it well, I'll show you here in just a second. So you just attack. I'm going to use it because, yep. Pre plus 100, crit plus 25, attack and int plus 10%. Duration of the battle. That's pretty freaking solid, to be honest with you. So, oh, ow. Someone's poisoned. Let's do something about that. We've got antidotes. Alright, continuing on. So, we've got a chasm to cross. Ooh, and treasure. We get an emerald whip. And an emerald shield. The emerald stuff's not that great for me at this point. And I did bring my stuff over, so my stuff's just a little bit better than the emerald. And at other points it gets a little iffy on which one's better. They tried to silence me. Unfortunately for them, I don't rely heavily on spells. I do, however, have a whole mess of stuff going on. I think most of it I can get rid of. Let's go ahead and pop with that, right? Yeah, that seems good. Yeah, it's completely a waste of MP, but she typically doesn't use all of hers, so. Okay, so I'm questionable about this going to a different area. I don't know. It's always a little iffy. Ooh, a huge SB orb. So, do I make the assumption that down right was the quote-unquote correct way to go since going to another screen? And see what I can find this way. Or do I go off the other direction? I mean, obviously at this point I'm going this direction. But I know it's a little hard to decide at times. Also, I don't think it happened in this last battle, but the battle prior to that, the monsters are finally getting to the point where they do start to go before me. Which, when I was just messing around with the previous Last Dream after I'd actually beaten it, I ended up cranking everybody's pre, like, way high. Which might explain why I might be weaker elsewhere. But it allowed us to typically kill, good lord, so many things, kill everything before they had a chance to do anything to us. Since at that point we're so drastically much stronger. And, you know, prevented any kind of damage from stacking up. I think Jareth unconfuses. I don't think confusion is a lasting effect. So I'm fine and dandy with that. And which way are we going to guess will take us to the treasure and which will continue us on? That I have no idea. But I can tell you which way I am going. The very long and winding route, apparently. So, do I again backtrack? This is going to get really messy. Still confused. Uh-oh. So we'll hang on for this one, since apparently confusion lasts. And Jareth is getting wrecked. Fortunately, those two do a... that's nasty. Those two do a lovely job. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Okay, everybody at least is back to full. Okay, what? I guess Berserker. Your best hit, attack all with 50% damage, so that's the one we want to use. And Grand Larceny. And can't ICBM, so we shall debate. Okay, that took care of most everything. What is that effect even on Jareth? I don't... The icon is just strange and confusing to me. Anyways, we're almost level 100. Let us, first off... No, she can't be undiseased, so I... Can I... What do we have for disease? Anything? Does not include... Ah, disease. There we go. Not you. And now... we shall use her... Hunter's Poultice? And then whatever potions we have handy. Sure, that one looks good. Good ridiculous. Wait, did I finish going up that way? Got a little confused. You're knowing to go part way there and get attacked for it and not get the benefit out of it. Okay, so that loops around, or to more treasure. Excellent. A vaccine ring. I'm betting immunity to disease. And resistance to lightning damage. Alright, that went quite lovely. We are up to level 100, so... more than anything, let us see if we can learn any of our next level skills. Aha! Telekinetic Frenzy. Attack 4 random enemies. Damage 7 times int, 7 times attack, minus magic defense. Wow! That sounds really good, doesn't it? How about you? Not quite enough, but we'll get ability to modify encounter rate achieved through special monster bait. How do I get the special monster bait? You're still short on 40% number. That's nice. How about you? Item Master. Increases the efficiency of items to 3 times. Okay, we might, in fact, be back in the business of using items for damage. That would be absolutely lovely. Where does this... Okay, that... I guess we're going to watch the cutscene. You feel the ground drop out from under you, and fear that you have mistimed a grappling hook shot. Fortunately, it's just another vision of times long past, and you slip into a deep slumber. Chapter 6. The Veneer respond. The distant past. There's plenty enough marching. Get on with it. Tomorrow we strike. Our scouts report that we outnumber them at least 5 to 1. They may pray for their stone walls to protect them, but nothing can stand in the way of our destiny. Morale is high. Our innumerable victories bolster our soldiers' spirits. Our warriors have reason to be confident. These overworlders are as weak as we believed. The goblins are like cockroaches to be crushed beneath our feet. The humans are but newborn babes. The dwarves scattered to the hills, and the elves, the strongest of the overworlders, are like Bitlurian toddlers. Tomorrow we will end their preposterous reign of our world and begin our rightful ascension. All hail Asmodeus, the ruler of all the world. Hear, hear. Tomorrow. Asmodeus may be the ruler today, but we will have to produce another heir. Strong blood flows in our Lord's veins, but a chance strike from those accursed overworlder elven arrows could kill any of us. Surely you do not suggest weakness in our ruler? Bah! We have all thought it at one point. Asmodeus is stronger than any single Pitlurian, but we excel at our individual specialties. You dare doubt the heir to Astaroth? Never! Although one wonders what Astaroth thinks of his heir to allow a stray arrow to kill his own son. But dawn ever approaches. Let us forget our treasonous words this evening, or we will all hang as traitors. Today, we rightfully end the invading overworlders and their inferior civilization. They are weak and do not deserve our world. Hear, hear! The city on the horizon is the last bastion of elven resistance. March with me and lay claim to your destiny. To victory! Is this going to be kind of an stream? Always lovely. And here's the elven defense. An endless horde. Where did they come from? No one knows, my lord. Permission to speak freely, my lord? Of course, my old friend. You did everything you could, and while fear grips me from the knowledge that today will be my last upon Firma, I go to the grave with no regrets. None would bet against our death, and yet, for now, we still breathe, and we will fight until that is no longer true. Ready to fences, they march. Yes, my lord. What is that? Parade of fiery hells. Do you see it too, Aegis? I do, but I scarcely believe it. Do not let them reach the city. We end this now. Yes, sir. For the glory of Emperor Alice and the freedom of the people of Avalon, charge! That's going to be a bad day for them, so let's take us outside. Well, yes, it does. Let's save here. And go back in. There's some routes I would like to take, such as this way. Wait, I think I came from there. Ooh. That is suggestive. Overkill for fun and profit. And I should mention by suggestive, I don't mean it looks like something lewd, but rather that it... Okay, I've been this way. Have I been the other way? But that it looks like it suggests there be something that direction. And I'm hoping I am not just running around in circles. Is what's happening right now. I'm certain there were some other paths. You know what? I'm just going to escape. That's just fine. So that's the way out. This is the way back. Trick, of course, is remembering all of it. Hopefully I don't get lost. And I think this is the route I did not take. So, let us see what there is. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. We can kill it. We'll be fine. Ah, the silence again. That's no problem. You attack. You do that. You steal and... debate you do it just fine. Doesn't matter, so we can go ahead and get the silences cleared while still here in combat. Anyways, that should do it. If that doesn't, Koosemose's striking, and it does do it. Alright, so we're here where that thing is. Push it. Aha. Okay. I understand that I do not go that direction now. But I understand now. So we head back around. And let's just escape here. Just about finished up, so I would much rather... Ha! A slightly hidden treasure. It's always fun. There we go. So now we can head on out. And perhaps we'll have some fights on the way out there. Or on the way to the city, rather. Ooh, a whirlpool. So, where... I guess we go around this way. I remember seeing a cave somewhere. And what do we have to fight in here? Okay, so basically the same stuff that was outside, I believe. Also note that confusion's really nice now that they occasionally do go before the rest of our party. That's possibly that much fewer attacks coming in. Hey, one less attack is one less attack, right? And nice and easy. Yeah, there's that hole. I don't know what use it is at the moment. This is a massive... don't save over that spot. Massive city. I will... oh goodness, I don't know. Let's check like this first row of houses. Estonia Scientific Laboratories. That sounds lovely. First, the inn. A lot of folks here. But first, a chest. Ah, excellent. Surprisingly, there is no one in here. Guess not dinner time, huh? My husband is dead. Gone. He was on travel in Rockwood when it was razed to the ground. What am I to do now? I simply don't know how to live without him. The great size of moas belies their gentle nature. They scare easily if you haven't been taught in the ways of moa taming. I have tamed moas on all continents and explored far and wide thanks to the stunning moa speed, allowing me to outrun every beast on Firma. Intending to improve my craft, I was reading several old tomes on moa taming at the Westonia Library. I was shocked when one of the authors spoke of rumors of a flying moa. I don't know what to think, but such talk is likely just a legend from an earlier time. So that, of course, suggests we're going to get a flying moa later. Looks like the weather will be sunny and warm throughout the duration of the Decadal World Council. Of course, it's difficult to predict that far into the future. There are no signs of any pressure fronts moving in. Did you know that atmospheric refraction is responsible for twilight? I performed some experiments about the angle of the sun below the horizon and found, if the drone's on, you stop listening. Sure, the elves aren't angry about the gate closing. Their kind still have free access to the Decadal World Council, but what about us humans and goblins? What makes the elves so sure that the trouble is not among their kind? Why not just increase the security at the Westonia main gate? I haven't heard a good answer from an elf to that question yet. It's a sign-in sheet for the inn residents. How's my health? I could do with a nap. Never mind, you're really expensive. I'll just sleep outside. I hope that Xena will have time to see me during the next few weeks. I know he's a very, very busy man at the engineering laboratories, but surely he'd make time for his #1 fan. Maybe he'll even share some puzzle stories from his chronicles with me. Perhaps. Diary of a Traveling Merchant. Today is the day I start my career as a traveling merchant. I've spent every last gold piece on a small inventory of basic items and book passage from Rockwood to North Bay. We'll be leaving within the hour. I already talked to you. Why am I talking to you again? What are your book? Anything? Nothing. We've been sailing for a couple days now and have already made a few sales. Some of the other passengers bought all of my potions, 2 antidotes, and a smelling salt. That's kind of boring. The captain says we'll be arriving in North Bay today. I'm so excited that I can barely contain myself. I'll use the few coins I've made so far to bolster my inventory the instant we get to North Bay. Alright. Anything here? Aha, large magic potion. Lovely. I made the trip from North Bay earlier, before they closed the gates. This is my first Decadal World Council, as well as my first visit to Westonia, which is truly breathtaking. Even the inn is a beautiful combination of high art and architecture. I used to think the North Bay Inn was nice, but it simply cannot rival this place. This place is positively massive. Every morning I awake to the endless possibilities of music. I recognized that without some innate talent, I could not plumb the depths of the melodic soul, and yet it is also dedicated hard work that enables me to continue composing unique pieces. Most of my listeners assume that everything I write is a masterpiece, but my highest talent actually relates to selection. For every gem, there are at least 10 utter failures. It's a very good point, actually. We've been traveling for 2 days and I've made no transactions yet. A boy was bit by a cobra and needed an antidote. I gave him the antidote at no charge. My generosity will put me in the poor house for sure. I mean, just loot things from places everywhere. I am dismayed at the lack of appreciation the other races have shown for the prudent security measures enacted by King Anora. I cannot help but overhear their conversations ridiculing the elven authorities for closing the borders during the Decadal World Council. They are blinded by their base love of the festivities. The safety of the World Council is paramount, and all other concerns must be secondary. The caravan departs for Theopolis today. I've contracted with one of the wagons so I wouldn't have to walk the whole way. I told them I would pay once we got to Theopolis and give me a chance to sell off some of my inventory. North Bay truly is amazing. Nearly all trade routes go through North Bay, so I was able to purchase a great deal to add to my inventory at a very good price. I paid half of what I would have paid back home. Good for you. Did we get it? Well, let's go ahead and head upstairs, then we'll figure... Oh, good lord. Books everywhere. We made it to Theopolis today. A few customers I had during the journey here will pale in comparison to what I make here in this grand city. I can't wait to set up shop. Our caravan came across a band of adventurers today. They bought nearly half my stock and didn't flinch at the markup on the price. I think I've made a good career choice. I can't take that? How sad. Well, it looks like I won't be making any sales in Theopolis. The established merchants here have a stranglehold on the market, and I'm not allowed to set up a temporary shop within the city limits. I have dedicated my life to researching the gradual decline of the catacombs beneath Valundra Castle. I know that the royal authorities know more than they let on. 500 years ago, the catacombs were regularly visited by elves, young and old. Now it is forsaken ground guarded night and day by the royal guard. Alright. Hey, it's our buddy the helpful ninja. The prices in Theopolis are not as good as North Bay, but I did get a good deal on some adamantium armor that I can probably make a handsome profit on. Looks like the local merchants didn't like me setting up shop outside of town, and they sent some thieves to rough me up and steal my stock. A few random items in the adamantium armor were lost. I'm done with this city. Ha! I set up shop just out... I'm reading these horribly out of order, and... well. Set up shop just outside the city walls and sold my entire inventory to all the adventurers just coming into town. I'm heading back into town to see if I can restock at fair price. There we go, that's what we want. Along with the goblin to talk to. Folks start calling Destroyer of Rockwood the Dark Army. Me think a good name. No one know who it be, and they must be evil to destroy a whole city. We hope World Council figure it out. I've hitched a ride with the caravan heading to the southern part of Orphos. There will be a ship heading to northern Ugbar from there. We came across a small band of goblins today. Dealing with the goblins is more difficult than I thought. They keep trying to give me junk in exchange for my wares. This may prove good practice for my future travels through Ugbar. We arrived at the dock today. The small amount of coin I got from the goblins was plenty to book passage from Orphos to northern Ugbar. I don't care about the mirror. Ooh, an orb. I like those. Hello, friend. I gathered what orphans I could find from the woods of Rockwood, and once secured, I departed for Westonia to serve as guardian of this great city and its inhabitants. Each night, I silently pass through the Westonia forest and wait. Darkness is coming. And soon. On to the next floor. Thank goodness, it's just a roof. Oh, is everything connected? How interesting! So, the whole concept of exploring the inn's going to be really big and confusing. Let's see if we get anything different from the usual. We've got great potions, that might be new. Yeah, I've only got one of those. And massive potions, nice. I suppose cartridges don't come any larger. Very big SP orbs and those. Okay, well, tell you what, since this is going to be like one giant and confusing place, I think we shall continue further exploration on the next episode. I might see about just doing it from the ground floor. Not sure, we'll figure it out then. So, I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments. But, until next time, catch you later.